I'd bid you a warm welcome to the bar this wonderful Friday afternoon from the city of Lagos. I was going to say from the calm city of Lagos, but I'm not very sure at this point. Shout out to everybody. Please stay safe wherever you are. Around Lagos, I think Ogun State, there's a bit of rancor in Ogun State, in Oyo State. River State, all of a sudden that we didn't really hear anything about. Shout out to Pretty River State. Do not let Governor Wiki catch you. Just wanted to put the idea.
What do you mean by that, actually?
Anyway, for everybody, I get it that it's a law, but before we continue, I just wanted to put out there that people should respect themselves. Because if police and the army catch you at this point, if they use you as scapegoat, you're on your own. No, just put it out there. Please, let's be safe. If it's possible, stay where you are. Please, just let's be safe out there. Really. So, basically, today we're gonna be talking about a lot about the Naira redesign. I think it's safe to say that the story of fuel scarcity is out of the. No, it is. I think it's a little better, but I think that the Naira issue has just trumped everything else. People are saying there is no cash. People can't go out because buses and public transport are not collecting old Naira. New Naira. People don't have new Naira to pay people. A lot of things are not working. So it's really a lot on a lot of people. But before we get into the very serious one, I think we should just really douse the tension a little bit. It is Friday, so I think that we should just start with music. It's I think it's been a minute actually that we really talked in depth about new music, and there is actually a lot of music this week. A lot of music dropped that you cannot even fault. And the first thing I was going to talk about was, I'm not trolling anybody, just putting it out there. I'm not trolling anybody. I've said it too. I'm not trolling anybody.
She's not trolling anybody.
But
where's our camera at the moment?
I think that,
let me help you reiterate it. Which one?
This one.
Hi guys. She said that she's not trolling anybody. Okay. And whenever this one says that one,
I'm not trolling anybody. I'm just saying
we believe
this
you.
is, I think, there's a particular song that came out. This song is Janelle Monáe featuring Seun Kuti and the.
Oh yeah.
I'm not really someone that listens to a lot of Janelle Monáe, but because of Seun Kuti, I was actually very curious, and I definitely wanted to hear what the song was about. It's a fantastic song.
It's a beautiful
and what
song.
I was going to say was that I think that there is no better time for Seun Kuti to have a feature with like a global artist than this time.
Yeah, going by recent outbursts and things that has happened, especially between him and P Square, one of the P Square twins. Yeah, this is him still making a statement. Of course, this song was not made yesterday.
Just saying that.
But it's perfect timing
come out at a better time
for Seun Kuti.
Yes, exactly.
I listened to the song too, Floating. I'm not
and
dancing.
It actually sounds.
It's a beautiful song.
It has a very nice message.
And
you know, does.
And she also rapped, and you know, then of course it was Seun and the Egypt 80, and you're wondering like, okay, it's not so Afrobeat,
yeah.
You get it.
I was expecting a lot of.
It's a nice song,
percussion and all that, but it's a fantastic song. Please, you really need to go and check it out. We know that a lot of Nigerians are doing a lot of amazing stuff. Can't wait for the NBA All-Star Weekend. It literally is. I was reading about it. It literally is an Afrobeat themed. Halftime show.
Yeah, halftime show.
It's really all about Afrobeats, and you know it's amazing for Nigeria and the kind of things that is being out there. Fufu is now the king of food now.
Yeah, are we talking about that now? It's funny.
No, just put it way out there.
Yeah, it
it's
is,
interesting.
actually.
It's a very Very interesting times that we're in. But anyway, let's continue with music as the song Abracadabra, Rexy. That song, that line, that it now has Whiskey on it.
Wheezy.
The Rexy featuring Naira Marley, Skibby, and Whiskey. Honest truth, kind of sounds the same.
Yeah.
And the original song is not a bad song.
No, it's not.
There are some songs that go viral, but they're not. They're just there. But the song is actually a nice song. So, if you like the original, you won't have a problem with this one.
Yeah. I saw someone tweet, was this remix necessary? And people, a few respondents were like, yeah, it was unnecessary. I'm like, okay, well, your opinion. In my opinion,
it sounds the same. So maybe it's kind of understandable where they're coming from, but there's Whiskey on it.
Yeah, in my opinion,
that's it.
In my opinion,
that changes everything.
Wheezy jumping on that song adds some kind of flavor.
Exactly, that's it for me.
And his flow on the song too.
It actually flows because I had to listen to the song twice. I'm like,
beautiful.
It was Whiskey in the
like,
song.
Where's Whiskey? Where's
Whiskey? Exactly. So I think it was actually fine. It sounds the same, but there's a Whiskey on it. So that you definitely cannot fault. I think it was actually a very nice song. Rema.
Calm down.
Rema.
Two songs, man. Two
songs.
Two singles in.
You know the funny thing? Let me come out to say that I've always been very indifferent about Rema's music.
Really?
There's just one or two that catches my attention, but
really,
I'm just very.
Well, you're allowed.
I'm not saying that he's not a good artist. I think it has just really never really been my cup of tea. Let me just put it like that. I think he has really just never really been up my alley, like that kind of thing. But the song Holiday, fantastic song. It is, yes, the song Reason. Oh, it's actually also a very nice song. Mm-hmm. But if I was to pick, Holiday is a beautifully done song. Nice lyrics. It's fantastic.
And the video.
It's fantastic. Funny enough, I was doing something else. It was until I finished listening, I was like, oh, it was a video I was actually watching. I didn't know, so I really did not pay attention too much to the video. But I didn't even have to pay attention to the video. It is a fantastic song.
Yeah. It do take a lot of kahunas, a lot of balls, a lot of liver, like we say in Nigeria, to drop two singles. It's not an EPO.
Yeah.
Same time. And that's what Rema did. And it comes at a perfect time, just when it's the weekend, of the NBA All-Star games, and he's going to be performing and all of that, and he drops two songs. It's perfect timing on his own part. And the video, very playful, very nice video. Mm-hmm. They're riding bicycles. I think I spotted Crayon and some of the Mavens there with a couple of other guys. They were having a rave and a barbecue. It was just fun. The message again, it talked about how things were before, it got to become the Rema that we all know today.
Very, very,
massive,
very massive song. Reason
beautiful.
To is
and
a very
reason,
nice song.
Like make a reason you a reason.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Two good songs
actually.
Side by side.
Side by side. I think it was nicely dropped. It was very nice timing, and it worked perfectly. Another person that dropped a single, Pato Rankin with Abobi. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly.
Abobi, when you listen again, you're like, okay, Pato na real ghetto boy, na ghetto child, mm-hmm. like Abobi, like Bobby. There's a way that they stylize it, and but again, the message should not be lost on people, especially with all the riots and thank God there's no looting yet, but there's riots, there's burning and destruction, mm-hmm. and that's actually the theme of this song. It's talking about how Bobby got shot and everything, and how soldiers opened fire, and now people live by the gun and all that stuff. It's so apt. It's almost as if Patoranking is a prophet.
Exactly. Another one that was very interesting to listen to was Iyanya featuring Mayoko and Techno, One Side Remix. I think that two people that say that looks like they're back in the music scene is Techno and most especially Iyanya.
Yeah.
We didn't hear from Iyanya for a long time.
Well, I'm not even going to say that Techno is back. I'm going to say, where did he go? Remember that one of the biggest songs from 2022 was a song.
Yeah, it was from that time that there were a lot of collaborations. Before that, I know he dropped a few songs, but they didn't really do well.
Again, in fairness to you, he talked about his health challenges a few weeks ago, how he almost lost his voice and couldn't sing.
Yeah.
So okay, we can say that, but I know that he's been very active. He's been out, even when things were down. He was still putting up an appearance and everything. Hard guy, he's done well for himself, and yes, he's indeed out there for you. Go check him out. Nice outing for him with Iyanya and of course Mayoko. And the original is a beautiful song it's a nice song.
To be honest,
it's a naughty song. It's a good song. It's a naughty song.
I think this is a remix. I would say it's kind of unnecessary.
Right.
Why? For me, is because the original is a very nice song. I won't say the remix takes anything from it, but it really doesn't add anything to it.
Okay.
It's a very.
I like the flows.
I prefer the original to it. It kind of sounds the same a little bit. So you're like, okay, what difference really is this bringing to me? But it's actually not. It's not a bad remix. That's it. That's the honest truth. It's not, but
valid as usual. But I kind of like the fact that there's Mayoko and there's Techno on the same song with
Iyanya. Yeah,
nice song.
Definitely. There's also Black Jersey and Techno.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, I heard a bit of it. It's a little. It's a very vibey kind of song. Do you understand? It sounds like a song that will grow on you.
Okay.
You know those kind of songs.
I'll go check it out when we're done.
You definitely. Also, another song that I didn't listen to it, but I've not listened to the EP. I didn't have a lot of time. But Ice Prince seems to be doing a lot for himself these days. We didn't hear a lot from him. Then now there's an EP. I think last week
there was a single, Get At You.
Yeah, there was a single last week as well. We know that our music scene these days needs a lot of, you need to put yourself out there because there's so much going out.
So six songs on the EP. Very nice. I picked two of my favorites. I usually don't do that, but on this one I did. There's Old On or something. Yeah, I like that one. Then Ja Bless Me, or the song about Ja or something. Those two plus Get At You. Those three are my favorites on the EP.
Oh, okay. So
I encourage people to listen to the entire EP and make your own choices too.
So Ira Star has a song with BN, My Baby. I've not listened to it as well, but it's Ira Star, so I'm not expecting anything less. Also, DJ Spinall released the whole album.
The album. It's a lot. I've not Spinall.
Top boy.
To be honest, I've not listened yet. So
I haven't as well.
I can't talk about it.
Another song that I listened to that I was kind of it's kind of different. Niniola's song. Have you listened to it?
I have Memories.
It's different.
I'm gonna sound, I don't know if people are gonna believe me, but Nini has been at the forefront of the
Amapiano,
Afro House kind of movement and flow. But I was listening to Boom Radio a few days ago, and there was Nini and was it Jules or one of these guys, and I'm like, this is Nini, and you find it out to be like, it's the same Nini that's singing Fuku. Yeah. That sang this ballady
kind of song. It's
and different. I'm like, I wish she did more of this now that she has actually established herself as that kind of artist. I'm hoping that Nini can do more of this. This is where they get to hear us sing.
Versatile, yeah. But the interesting part for me was, I played it and I was doing something else. Then I had to go back and like, okay, is it the same person I'm listening to? And because of course there's a, like you said, there is a kind of vibe and the kind of tune that everybody kind of knows that is very peculiar to Nini, and it was a nice nice vibe. It was a different vibe, but it was really nice actually. You really need to check it out. There are a lot of songs. Also, how did I forget? Benson has Kiss Daniel and Sheyi vibes on Gwagwalada.
It's a nice song. I really like the flow. Benson seems to have found, this way of, bringing his ability to sing to a song that is maybe meant for the club or the streets or whatever, and he just blends it together. Mm-hmm. And again, Kiss Daniel is just... It's just something else.
You know that.
It's just something else.
The very interesting part for this song for me. The one person that I'm not very into his music is the person that did it for me in this song.
Which is Sheyi Vibes.
Sheyi Vibes. For me, this whole song, Sheyi Vibe did it.
Yeah.
He brought the spice to this the song needed. Mm-hmm. I think really Sheyi Vibes did it for me on this song.
Yeah, so picture, say, a remix of this song with an Ashake now. Like just leave all the story and say,
we're good. I think it's okay. It will be so much. It will be mind blowing.
Just picture this song.
But to me, I never thought there would come a day that I would say it. But this song, as much as it's Benson and it's Kiss Daniel, who I really love, I think that Sheyi Vibes it gave it that for me, and that's it. I think you should listen to all these songs. If anybody else, there are also other things that you need to listen to. Definitely catch all the songs and a lot more of it on Boom Radio. So from 5 p.m. today, 5 p.m. tomorrow, and catch Yolu on Sunday with new music. Niger on today, Sunday as well. So definitely we'll be playing all these songs for you from today.
Yeah,
you're about to say something.
Yes, actually, I couldn't hold back because of the message that I saw. So I posted the links to this show out on different platforms, and one of our friends, who's actually based in the UK, said, "Are these people not just confused? Nítorí Ọlọ́run." And this is his response to the CBN governor, and the CBN saying that you can now take your old Naira that they've said that you should go and open form online first, then take to their branch.
I honestly.
So our good friend Labor says, are these people just not confused? Are these people not just confused? Nítorí Ọlọ́run.
I think we should hold on to that thought. Yeah. We will definitely get around to that.
I didn't want to forget.
But before we get to that, I wanted something that I had mentioned earlier that I think that we should talk about. There was something I wanted us to talk about. Well, maybe we'll talk about it on Monday. Because I've not finished watching the interview. Mikel Obi's interview. There's a lot.
Mikel has been naughty.
You get on that is interview, but I think we'll probably talk about it in depth on Monday. But the one I wanted to talk about was the fufu. Fufu is king now. If you want to be fast, eat fufu.
Well, let's clarify a bit. So there's Karimadeyemi, who is a top player for German side Dortmund, and he was interviewed a few hours ago, just after putting Chelsea to the sword, and he was interviewed, and the interviewer was wondering why he was so fast.
What makes him so fast?
And the guy says he eats African food a lot and everything. And he said, what food? Because he wants to eat it too. And the guy said, he also has genes that you know, being an Adeyemi, he's gotten the genes from his father, which the interviewer cannot have. But at the food, that he eats African food, and the guy prodded him further and now said, fufu.
It's fufu, yeah.
You know, and once that interview went viral, Go.com, virtually all the sports, ESPN, everybody's talking about fufu.
Everybody's
how fufu is great and all. And I just said, fufu. Is it not the same fufu that we know? I was
going to say that.
Which fufu?
I'm sorry.
Karim,
is it not the same fufu you
yourself,
eat and you just sleep off immediately?
Yeah, just respect yourself.
I was going to say, nutritionists are going to be like...
You know, so while we're on the matter of fufu and karimadeyemi and Dortmund, I just wanted to bring out some things that today is about. You get, first thing first, a big shout out to my boy Jide. You know, it's his birthday. Jide Odutayo, shout out to you in ATL. But today is National Cabbage Day. Where's that? Shout out to you. I don't know. ATL. But today is National Cabbage Day. Okay. I'd like to apologize for whatever has brought that sound. Okay.
Where is that coming from?
I don't know. I was trying to monitor on different platforms and stuff.
Okay, I think...
We'd like to apologize. We don't know where that came from. My bad. My apologies. It is well. So, it's National Cabbage Day. It's National Random Acts of Kindness Day. World Human Spirit Day and My Way Day, which is you trying to have your way and all of that. Not anybody telling you what it is.
Having your way and land you in jail, though.
So, as against fufu, it's National Cabbage Day. So let us make it International Cabbage Day. Let us all go and get some.
Let's go and have some cabbage.
some greens. We are Nigerians and we like. I still eat fufu. I'm telling you, but
like fufu.
Please don't believe
that fufu. Let's put
fufu will
there.
not make you.
Fufu will not make you fast. Fufu will make you fat.
Fellow people of the world, fufu will not make you fat.
Don't deceive yourself, oh. Fufu is cassava.
Fufu brought me here. I'm trying to get it. Don't worry, I'll get it.
Anyway, check your computer. So moving on from that, and let's move on to at least
on mute.
Breaking news. The first thing that would probably is what's on everybody's minds. The Central Bank of Nigeria. As much as we're going to take a lot of talks from this Naira Redesign thing, the first thing is the order of the central bank today. Now, so let me put it out there. Let me put it background. From the time that this it started with the CBN saying that 17th of February. Let me put it out there because it's like CBN. You people don't want to have sense. We all don't have
something
sense.
Like
There's nobody has monopoly of stupidity. I'm here for you people today. According to the Central Bank of Nigeria, headed by Godwin Emefiele, he had said that there was the 17th of of February was where all this was supposed to end. Yeah. And then shout out to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, who had been inviting him for months,
and he didn't go.
And then he finally went, and they had to call him out and say that the CBN Act does not state what you are saying. It's not possible, and that even after 100 years, if you take this money and it is original to a bank,
it's a legal tender.
It's a legal tender. You should collect it. You just will not be able to spend it, but you should be able to.
Are you going to check that, please?
It's muted. Anyway, so this happened, and then give it a few weeks from that, we were now told that we're supposed to every money, all this returning of money after February 10th had to, where is it? The CBN. And then we had to return it to CBN. And last I checked, I don't know if they are. You know what? I think it's still. It's time. So CBN offices. Let me check in Lagos. Lagos State that has, if I am very correct, Lagos State has about the highest number of banks in Nigeria. Every time you go to a banking hall, there's a long queue of people. Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
You found it.
Yeah, it's not me, but carry on.
Where is it?
There. Carry on.
And then every single time, you can imagine. Now, in this same Lagos, there is literally only one major CBN in the whole state of Lagos. Now, listen, with the thousands of branches in Lagos, there are always queues. So I want to give a context. Now, we are now supposed to take all the money that you have not spent. At the moment, I have 800 naira.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
I shouldn't have said it out. Because people are looking for cash now. If I love me, I can be. I'm very, very.
You can be waylaid.
I can be
Do
waylaid.
you know you can be waylaid for that?
I can be waylaid.
800 naira is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money at this point. A lot of cash. Anyway, now we're going on to. You're now saying that people should go to one branch in a Lagos state that has that amount of banks. And they are decided to be foolish. Now I said it. Nobody has monopoly of stupidity.
Nobody.
Because they think they want to be stupid. And I like my Lagos people. Now, according to story today, Lagos people are decided to take over the CBN branch.
Shebi, you said that you come.
You say you should come, people will come. Maybe after I saw video of the CBN building in Ibadan. I don't know if you remember this. The CBN building is at beside Cocoa House.
I know the place very well.
That now my question is, what happens to the person in Shaki? Shaki is roughly about 3 hours from Ibadan. Yeah. What happens to the person in Iseyin? The person in, do you understand? In those in Gongon, in extremely far places.
You are going too far.
From
within Ibadan.
Ibadan. The what's it called is Adugbe. Yeah. What happens to the person in Monoton? The person at Iwo Road? The person at Ayede, the person at Akpata, the person at Omi. Everybody has to come to one branch. I don't know how whoever gave them this idea.
Yeah.
Then you are not telling people to fill a form online. Because like you put one to have sense. People that do not even have what's it called?
Data.
Data. Or don't even have phones.
They don't even have data enabled phones.
They don't have data enabled phones. You are not saying that people should first fill a form online and then it's one code that they will bring to the CBN. Do you have sense at all? Like, do you have sense?
Jide Olawepo says, Kini gbogbo rada yi.
It is, I agree. It is the height of rada.
Kini gbogbo rada yi. Yeah, the CBN, I think it's sad. You know, we were preferring solutions here at the boombar.
Yeah, I was really for the Naira Redesign and everything, and I will still keep saying it. It is a very, very smart move. The implementation and the execution, I used to say it was bad. Now it's dumb.
Yeah,
it's just dumb.
We were preferring solutions here, and we kept on talking about how the CBN didn't have the manpower for what they were asking for.
Oh yeah.
Look, a lot of our laws are archaic. Apart from the fact that Governor Emefiele, that's governor of CBN. You can call him Governor Emefiele.
It's not Governor Emefiele, it's Godwin Emefiele, Governor of CBN.
Governor Godwin Emefiele.
Governors are elected.
He's the governor of he's governor of the CBN. So you cannot take that away. Let's not waste our precious time on this. Governor Godwin Emefiele used the CBN law and tried to hoodwink Nigerians by not reading the entire law to you people. And he said, there's a deadline. If you don't meet the deadline, forget your money. Your money is gone. And that has caused the stampede today. That has caused all the headache and all the arguments and all the riots and protests you see out there. He is responsible. Then, if the law says that they should bring it to CBN, knowing that in 36 states plus Abuja making 37, you have only 37 branches.
People don't have sense. You don't have sense. I'm telling you.
How do you want to manage?
Say it. No sense.
Commercial banks. If you go to Ojodu, there's a particular commercial bank. In fact, there are two of them. What am I saying? From Berger going towards Ogba, there's a bank that has 3 branches on the same road. There's another bank that has 2 on the same road.
And they still Lagos State.
And they still cannot
Tinubu Square. Only one.
They still cannot cater to the entire populace. Then you now want people who are supposed to go to those places to come to the central bank. And we saw a sample in Ibadan the other day. People lined up. You see, it is not enough for you to have an idea to say you're bringing a policy. We're not saying that the policy is wrong. But
it's not making sense
at this point. Did you think it through?
No, they
did you walk through the entire process?
No, they did not.
Again, I said it. INEC did a mock election a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do a test run of this thing? But because it seems like your policy is about targeting some people and all. That's why it's playing out like this.
The CBN, to me, has a hidden agenda. Because, I saw an interview a few weeks ago of, I think it was the Minister of Works and Housing, and he was talking about the CBN policy, and it's like that everybody makes policies. But when you get to a point and you see that this thing is not working, you should be able to backtrack. But this is not only just the CBN. Then the president had to come out. I'm sorry.
200 naira.
With that, I want to be. I'm really trying to be.
Mr. President had an opportunity.
He had a singular opportunity.
And he would have used it well.
And he just bungled it.
And all he had to do, forget, if you didn't watch our program yesterday, you can go and watch at the beginning where I made a speech that I felt the president should have made. Let me refine it again. What you
needed to do was wait for the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court has adjourned the case between the governors and the federal government. Being a law-abiding citizen and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I have advised the CBN to respect the pronouncement of the Supreme Court.
Wait for the
Supreme Court.
You don't even need to do anything. Just wait for the Supreme Court. Follow the Supreme Court order. Now, there's a lot of conversation about how I'm sorry. I'm going to talk about the statement that the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party said, where he came out to say that Governor El-Rufai...
Are you not supposed to take El-Rufai's statement first?
No, I'm getting somewhere.
Okay.
Where he said that a statement that Governor El-Rufai had made, which I would get to, is treasonable. And we've seen a lot of governors come out to counter what the president had said. Now, my questions with those people are, the president is supposed to set an example for everybody here. If the president cannot follow, last I checked, a Supreme Court order is more powerful than the president. Yeah? If the president cannot follow a Supreme Court order, what rights does the governors have to follow what the president said?
Yeah, again, the same person is quoted here by Arise TV as saying that the shift in old Naira deadline shows President Buhari as a weak leader. Same guy. Same guy.
No, it still means that he's agreeing with President Buhari now, Abi?
He's saying that Buhari is a weak leader.
And I think that my problem with a lot of people is that...
Do we have to play politics with everything?
Every single thing. Take, for example, I was not going to say this, but I just couldn't hold it anymore. It might look like I'm attacking Labour Party today, but it is what it is. The Labour Party presidential candidate had come out a few days ago to condemn this Naira policy and all that. And then a few days after, he's suddenly agreeing with what the president has said And I'm wondering, like, can we not pick a side? Like, why do we always have to politicize these issues? People's lives are at stake. People's welfare, people's well-being. Can we not just look at it from the eyes of the people? Do we always have to make it about politics? Now, to some people, President Buhari is suddenly good because he's not agreeing with what a lot of governors, supposedly governors in his party, are doing. Now, we've seen how Governor El-Rufai decided, it's not the first time he had made a press conference, and this one, he made this very blatant one. He put his statement on Twitter, he has put it everywhere, saying that all the old notes remain legal tender. And he's basing his pronouncement on, what's he called? He's basing his pronouncement on what the Supreme Court has said. I have a very, call it a conspiracy theory. But we know that there are a lot of protests happening in the southwest and in the south, basically in the southern part of Nigeria. Why is it that all these protests never really starts, or it never really catches on in the north?
The reason is because some of the things that people are protesting about in the south has
already been sorted in the north.
Are not issues in the north per se. Like, it's not as pressing, or there are no issues. One of the reasons why I said it is during the NSAS protest, a lot of people were going on about NSAS. Some governors in the north were like, send them to the north, we need them, because they were facing insurgency.
Yeah.
How many people in Kaduna or Kano
extrajudicial killings
will come and tell you that the police
they already have a lot of issues anyway.
But how many people will tell you that the police was harassing them? You might not like it, but it's the truth.
Yeah.
How many people in the north face extra judicial killings or police brutality?
Like I said, they already have too many issues already.
No, leave the issues out.
No, why is
leave the issues out?
No, what? Not
how many people in the north?
Not the people. I'm saying the security agencies are really busy.
Yeah. You think that's why they're not harassing people?
So.
I don't think
that
so.
They have a lot on their plates
because
already.
it's not happening everywhere. It's not happening everywhere. Whatever insurgencies you're talking about is not across the entire northern sphere of Nigeria. But let's put that aside. That's one. Two. Their leaders are communicating. The leaders are communicating. Call them a subnational or call them whatever you want to call them. Their leaders are actually communicating and telling them, stay calm, there are solutions. Stay calm, this will happen, that will happen. The people in the south are reactive. The people in the north are proactive. You might not like it, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
They come out before anything goes down to say, don't do nothing.
For example, government facilities are free. Stuff that you're supposed to use the cash to pay for.
Yeah, the governor had made a pronouncement. That's Governor Zulum, right?
Zulum, yeah.
That drugs worth almost about 300 million naira were to be given out for free. That's being proactive. That, okay, this is what they need the money for anyway. So, apart from, the need to feed, which is, of course, very important. Health is also important.
Transport.
So, if he makes those things available, it reduces the pressure.
The pressure, yeah.
In Lagos, the governor was proactive when he said all the state-owned transportation platforms were going to be charging 50%.
50% off, yeah.
That would help douse the tension. Then they decided to create POS points. But how many were they able to create?
It's Lagos.
Then they started giving out palliatives. 2 days ago at Alausa, there was a large crowd of people who went to get food, food items. And they said they're going to spread it to different parts of the state, targeting the most vulnerable people that live in the state, regardless of their state of origin or their party or whatever. It's about people getting palliatives. That's being proactive. How many people have done that in the south? Do you get? Again, being proactive is to make sure that you have an advanced team of law enforcement in places where there will be pockets of trouble.
Yeah,
they're very susceptible to all of these things. So in the South, we tend to be reactive when it comes to matters of state. Okay, the case against the federal government, the 3 governors that went to court, where are they from? The northern governors.
Yeah.
It took days for
Zamfara, Kogi, and
Kaduna.
Yeah.
It took days for
southern governors to
Ondo,
Ekiti,
Lagos. Do you get?
Yeah.
So the facts are there. The facts are there. So regardless of which party you support, regardless of which candidate you want to vote for, be honest with yourself and ask, is this policy
making any sense?
Really making sense? Are people, if you believe it is, then you believe it is. But if you believe that maybe the way it's being executed is not perfect, then you can see why people are going through what they're going through. Pockets of violence here and there. One of the most painful parts for me is our official Twitter handle put out videos that we received of a protest along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. There's one at Opik bus stop. It's fine. They're burning tires because the road is under construction. But at Magboro, where the road is very smooth on both sides, they're burning tires. The road will be destroyed.
Roads that were already still thanking God for that they finally did. Because since the day I was born, they said they were doing Lagos-Ibadan. Now, I am alive to see that Lagos-Ibadan is actually properly motorable. Yeah? Why?
So, this is not politics or whatever, or bias. This is brass tacks facts here that this protest were avoidable if the CBN were proactive. If the CBN governor had said, look, even if the law says that after the expiration of the date for return of the the old notes, we will empower the banks to collect on our behalf. No. He said no, that they must go to CBN, that they must fill form, and it's sacrifice.
What is that?
When you see the video of people in front of CBN in Lagos, you understand how dumb that thing is.
It doesn't even make any sense. See, there is no part of that said thing that made any sense. Why? Because, like I said before, as small as Lagos State is, how many people do you want to cater to? There is a video making the rounds of CBN office at Marina. They had to shut down the office because the crowd that was there. That's Lagos State that is small.
The entire street is shut down already. Lagos is small.
Lagos that is even
You're saying
small.
Lagos is small, but the crowd in Lagos, no state has it.
What happens to the people that will have to travel hours to get to a CBN office?
Small care.
See, there's even nobody that can tell me. Whatever Godwin, Emefiele, and President Buhari are planning is not making sense. And they seem to forget that this is just literally a few days to general elections. There's not a lot of conspiracy theories that these things are done purposely so that the elections won't hold. So a lot of things. Is it not beginning to look like that? Is it not? Because it's the honest truth is not making any sense. Anyway, Governor Nasir El-Rufai had put out a statement. He's saying that in his own state, 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira old notes are legal tender according to the
Central Bank.
And no, according to the Supreme Court.
Supreme Court,
is going to happen. Also, Governor Ganduje also has a lot to say. There's a lot of jabs, subtle, a lot of subliminal messages directed towards President Buhari on his own part as well, saying that the president is destroying the party and democracy. Also, the governor of Lagos State is faulting the federal government, saying the federal government is bringing in pains to the people of the country, is calling for calm, And like what I had said earlier, there was something about the the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party talking about what Governor El-Rufai said as treasonable. And like I said, I will still go back to it. How do you call something treasonable when there is a long list of a list of people defying orders?
Well, he says that it's treasonable. I don't know. Is Datti a lawyer?
I don't know.
I don't think so, actually. He says that it's treasonable. And if it's treasonable, I am calling on the Attorney General of the Federation, the President of Nigeria, to act against Nasir El-Rufai based on what Datti has said.
I'm not sure that he can do that.
Why can't they do it?
He has immunity.
Then they should wait until he loses his immunity in a few weeks' time.
Maybe.
You know? Because treason is actually a big deal. Treason it's a big deal.
Then it's not just him. There are a lot of governors that they're going to, because according to Borno State as well, the old money is still legal tender. Lagos State had put out a statement, I think 2 days ago, that people should spend their money. Ogun State said the same thing. Ondo State said the same thing. I think in Katsina as well, they're saying the same thing in Zamfara. Do you understand? So there are a lot of governors that they're going to have to, for defying the president's orders.
I don't think they're defying the president.
Because I also read something where someone had put out, said that she doesn't think this is treason, that is federalism.
Yeah.
That governors in their own right as well, it is their states.
Oh, yeah.
They have a right to protect their states.
Yes,
and especially when there's something that they're basing it on.
You see, one of the things that people need to realize again is that when there's a breakdown of law and order,
it's on the state.
Within a state, it's the governors that are called.
Yeah.
People need to at least
understand that.
You know, and understand it, put it out there. Let us understand that the governors are also trying to prevent a breakdown of law and order. Look, NSAS was a massive protest, but it came with a lot of destruction also. At some point in time, you know, the honest NSAS protesters were overtaken by criminals. And people who
and the honest truth is that's probably what's happening right now.
So a lot of people are still suffering the PTSD of that. Some people are saying, like, look, are we going to allow things to degenerate? And you see, you feel the pain, I feel the pain. But you see, there are some people who thrive on chaos. They thrive on chaos. It's when there's a chaotic scenario that they actually make money. They're going to get ready to loot. They're going to vandalize. They're going to rob and steal and kill and maim, just because that's all they know. So when there's peace, some people cannot make it. They need to create problems. Let us not give them a chance to do it this time.
Exactly. So wanted to put this out there that the CBN order now, which I think that they are still coming down. They are still coming back to the Supreme Court because the way it's going. But as of now, they have said that everybody should go back to their banks to drop those old 1,500 Naira notes back. But there's a maximum limit of 500,000 Naira. Anything more than that, you have to come to the CBN, which honestly is fair. But I think that at this point, people just want to spend their money.
But so again, this is what we're saying. This was avoidable.
If you
did he have to get to this stage before the CBN came out to announce, oh, you can now bring X amount to us and take X amount to the bank? This is what we've been saying all along.
You know the funny thing, I grew up, I didn't even know that CBN used to like handle money. It was until lately, do you understand? Like everything you had to do with the CBN, you had to go through the banks. I honestly didn't think a CBN office was where you would just walk.
You had no business.
You had no business
as an individual.
Exactly. That's what I thought up until. Anyway, also still talking about this, the House of Representatives has had a committee on new Naira Redesign and nairaswap policy as today met with President Muhammad Buhari. I thought President was going to Addis Ababa.
And that means they want to meet with him. Maybe when he gets back.
They met with him on Thursday. They went with him. They signed a statement. They put out a statement today that the House Majority Leader has said lawmakers met with the president after his nationwide broadcast where they had said that he definitely needs to change he actually needs to follow the Supreme Court order right now because it's not making sense.
It's not.
Let's just put it like that.
It's not. You know, these are our own opinions, and if you have varying views or agree, you can leave comments on our social media or on our YouTube.
I think that people need to.
Or exactly let us know how it's going if you're in Nigeria at the moment, or even if you are abroad. What's the feedback you're getting? Exactly. Are any members of your family going through it, or are they just enjoying it? You know, my neighbor was talking about this cash thing and blah blah blah, and I said to him, this was yesterday morning. I said, I've not been a cash person for about 2 years plus, so I really don't. Personally, I don't feel it. Then again, where you don't really even get the money, save nothing. Where the money now? Where's the money that they are carrying up and down? Should be somebody that have cash somewhere. You see, I have the piggy bank. We call it Colo, massive one from last year. The instant, sorry, what's his name again? The CBN governor. CBN governor. Started talking about this thing. I broke my colo. I didn't even wait until the Christmas night. I broke the thing. Looked at all the naira that I had. I spent it. I spend it.
Spendometer.
Yeah, spendo everything. You understand? I'm not a cash person, but that's just me. But I feel what people feel.
Yeah, you know why?
A lot of people are going through it.
I don't like cash.
A lot, and it's not fair.
I was analyzing it yesterday evening, and I was saying that there is a market around where I live here. That's the only reason why I take cash. Because you need to spend, give them
transfer.
You want to buy, something worth of 100 naira, 500 naira, 1,000. A few thousands, those people don't have. So I'm kind of impeded to buy things, and also those people to sell things to me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody is affected. As much as I'm not a cash person. Why? Mainly because I actually spend a lot of money if I have cash.
Yeah.
So I try to
spendo
not
meter.
It's kind of my way of curbing the amount of money I spend, which works for me perfectly. But it was not an issue because anytime I needed cash, no matter how small it was available.
Yeah. Until CBN governor.
So whatever it is,
and President Buhari, because you people have to get that.
President Buhari had
you people have to get that
this plan was even his own in the first place. So all of you,
we know it's him now. He did it in 1983. Now, he did it before. He will do it again.
This time, come and be going. I'm part of the people that say, we are okay. Come and be going. Anyway, please, people need to be careful. Remember, there's elections in a few days' time. So please, I really hope that these elections are not shifted so that we can just get it done and get it over with.
Which election have they not shifted in the last 2 or 3 elections?
They didn't shift the 2019 one. It was 2015 that it shifted.
The one before that one, they didn't shift it.
I don't know about that. I can't remember. It was 2015.
You didn't vote now. I have voted more now.
Anyway, quickly We
voted.
APM has now collapsed its whole national structure into the PDP structure. I think that's very good news for PDP.
It's a good news for Atiku Abubakar.
Yeah.
Because he's lost a lot of support within his party. The integrity governors, or G5 like people like to call them, are not supporting him. In fact, openly.
Oh, yeah, they've now made it very...
One of them came out boldly to support Peter Obi of the Labour Party. Yeah. That's Governor Autumn. Wike is not supporting Tinubu openly, but a lot of people are saying that he's supporting him in the background. We will find out when the results come out.
Yeah.
So all of that points to Atiku losing a lot of votes and people. So if the APM is not just a party on paper, like they actually have, a massive spread, it's a good thing for Atiku. He needs it, and his campaign at least would thrive on this.
Definitely needs that. On that note, that is all we're able to take today on the Boombar. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of the bar. Please do have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Like, subscribe, share, comment on our social media, especially our YouTube. Thank you.